Okay, I think we can start now. The rest of the people who have registered to the webinar will be joining us very soon, but a couple of housekeeping information before start. As we do in all our webinars, we will be recording this session and we'll be sharing these slides as well as the recording later today. Today's webinar, as you could see and register to it, will be focused on an important tool that we have for our members and non-members called ACI-iHub, which is a strategic resource to support your decision-making process. Today, we are going to have two of our colleagues who are based in Montreal from ACI World, Alexi Poveda, a manager, airport technology, products and projects, and Diedrich Meijering, a senior director of economic statistics and forecast, that are going to give us information about this important tool that is available for you as members and also for non-members. As mentioned before, as we always do in our webinars, we're going to have the presentations that are going to be given by Alexi and Diedrich, and at the end of their presentations, we are going to have at least 5-10 minutes for question and answers. In case you have any questions, please share with us or send it directly to the email address that you will find on the screen, info@aci-lac.aero. So we will have in this Q&A session the time to address those questions. And before further ado, and now is the time for the webinar. I would like to give the floor to Alexi, that will start with the presentation of this tool. Alexi, you can.
Thank you, Francisco. Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon if somebody's in a different zone time. My name is Alexi. I'm the Project and Product Manager at ACI World. I'm currently working with the team that has developed this excellent tool, which is called the Intelligence Hub, or abbreviation with the iHub. So just before jumping to that subject, I just want to give you a quick update about ACI and a brief summary of what we do. So our mission is to contribute to the safety, security, and sustainability of the global aviation. Most of you know us already. ACI, it's actually at headquarters in Montreal. And from here, we serve the world. So next slide, please. These are our most recent numbers. We serve 814 members that are operating 2,110 airports that are distributed among 169 countries. So we certainly have a worldwide coverage. We're happy to serve members like some of you. Through the regions, yes, that's good, Francisco, go ahead. Through the regions, we have what it's called a federated organization, meaning ACI has a direct presence at each region, like that's the case of LAC, which covers Latin America and Caribbean, but we also have the Africa, ACI, we have the Asia Pacific and Middle East, Europe, and North America. So also, again, for your information, we have a World Governing Board that is composed of 29 representatives. We have Madame Candace McGraw. She was appointed recently, last year, and she works also with the vice chair. And both of them are the chair of the the governing board of the ACI World. And there are other 29 members that are a part of that are representatives and coming from different parts of the world. Some of our most recent updates, I presume some of you have heard already, there was an announcement that was sent not long ago. We're going to have a new Director General that is going to start in September in a few days. His name is Justin Urbachi. He's joining us as the Director General for ACI World. We have also recently appointed Mr. Daryl Down as the new Safety Security Operations Vice President. That was a few months ago. We still have considered this our main focus of areas of focus for this present year, the working on the slots, the industry skills gap, the iHub, which is what we're going to present today, the DEI study, and the ASQ. We are also working heavily on the preparation ahead of the next coming ICAO General Assembly that is going to happen in the summer 2025. And we also have new offices. We have a new address for those of you who need to interact with us and somehow I need the address. We have, geographically speaking, we're at the same block, close to ICAO, close to IATA, same building as IATA, but a different floor. We moved from the 18th floor to the 15th floor. Therefore, that's why the address only changes in the first part. Thank you so much. Next one. Also, some of you heard and some of you were actually participant of this committee forum. We had, for the first time in the history of ACI, all the committees joining together in the same place. This happened in June 17th to the 21st. We had more than 300 representatives from all around the world. It was a very successful event. We had very good feedback. Participants would like to do it again. Most likely it's going to happen every 2 years. But the outcome of this was that most of the workshops were well received. And some of the highlights of those workshops is actually the next slide that is going to showcase to you a pretty important initiatives that we have. One of those topics was cybersecurity. We had a tabletop workshop exercise that generated a lot of traction, a lot of interest. Cybersecurity is a big topic right now. So we decided to make out of this event or out of this workshop a tabletop exercise blog. The blog is already published. It's through our new series called Championing Change. And we offer an insider's view of what ACI World is doing. So most of the results are going to come in a results report. But the description of what we did and the importance of it, you can find it in this blog. Also, as publications and blogs that we have and inside ACI World, we have also a series of webinars. We have already had some of the webinars. The next one is coming soon in 8 days, actually, in August 28th. You can still register if you're interested in the leading trends of the airport foods and beverages. That's something that's coming next week. But the other ones that have already taken place, you can actually request to view them. Is in location is our store. You can go there and find the webinars that had already passed. Next one. And talking about the publications, we have also recently released the Year World Airport Traffic Report, which is known as the AWATA, and the data bundle. This has already been sent to some of our members, airports for sure. We also have created the new documentation and the new reports for the key performance indicators. There's more about all of these reports and data products that Diederik is going to talk to you about. So please, the next page. And without further ado, then Diederik, I'm going to pass it over to Diederik so he can tell you more about all these publications are compiled and presented to you. So go ahead, Diederik.
Thank you very much, Alexi, and nice to be here. Buenos dias, buenas tardes. Thanks for having me. I'm Diederik. I lived in Mexico for 6 months, and they called me Diederiko. It's also fine. It's a difficult name. It's a Dutch name. I joined ACI World 1.5 years ago, and I lead the data and analytics team. Now, traditionally, this was the economics team, as it was called, led by Patrick Lucas, that most of you maybe know. He's still our mentor. He's not with ACI anymore, but we still call him the Messi of airport economics. He has done so much for the airport community in terms of economics. The team was called economics because the focus of the data and advocacy part of the team was focusing more on economics and financial analysis for airports. And of course, the traffic data is an important part of the analysis that we do in the team. We collect the traffic data from more than 2,700 airports worldwide on an annual basis. So that is still an important part of the work we do. So traffic, producing the forecasts, focusing on economics is still very important. But we are transitioning into a data and analytics team in ACI World, focusing a wider range of analytical things that we can do for the organization, ACI World, but also for our members, tapping into safety, also sustainability, more broader topics, and also helping the ASQ team, because there's so much more we can do with data at ACI and for our members than just economics and traffic, which is of course very important. But our main mission is to provide actionable insights. We turn data into reports, publications, interactive dashboards that you can see on the next slide, to serve our members the best way possible. You can see it on the next slide, please, where we can see that the data that we receive from airports is turned into reports that can be regularly scheduled, can be monthly or annual, but also publications. Our flagship publications that you might be familiar with are the World Airport Traffic Forecast and the World Airport Traffic Report that is coming out in September, and the KPI report, where we collect data from airports on the economic and financial side, and we calculate things like the average spend per passenger on retail or food and beverage, and make that available in our ACI store. I'll get back to the ACI store versus iHub, and we can explain you what you can find where. But these are the most important publications, flagship products that we have. We focus more and more on interactive content. We publish interactive dashboards that we publish on the executive module on the iHub, for example. And just to let you know that if you want to reach out, you have a specific question about traffic, or a specific question about data related to a question that you might have in the airport, we are always there to help you with ad hoc analysis, customized questions that you have. Soon to come is that we would like to help our members, but also other colleagues at ACI, to have data sets that can help you answer your own questions. So self-service requests, we want to make data sets available that you can consume and can help you with your questions that you might have in the organization. That is self-service requests. It's easy to say, but it's quite hard to do it well. But that's something that we are working on for the next year. Just one little minute, if you allow me. I'll be right back, just 10 seconds, because I'm working remotely, but I'm not the only one in this space. So just give me 1 second, because there's some background noise. Just 5 seconds, please.
In the meantime, as indicated before, in case you have any question, please send us for Didrik or Alexi. Please send us to the email address that was indicated in the beginning, info@aci-lac.aero. And now
I'm so sorry. Back. Thank you, Francisco. Sorry for this interruption. So we're not doing this alone. In the next slide, you will see that we have a lot of stakeholders in the aviation space that we work together with. Maybe it's nice if you want to know more to reach out to me, or I can tell you much more about it. The first one is the 83 subcommission of the World Economic Standing Committee, which is the airport traffic think tank. It's a statistical and forecasting subcommittee where forecasters and data analysts get together every year to talk about data analytics, forecasting, and we wrap it into topics like sustainability or expansion programs or CapEx studies, to see how data analytics at an airport level can help the community go forward. And that's the last session was in Vienna a couple of weeks back. And I must say, it's a bit European centered at the moment. There are a couple of American airports that are present, and also Changi Airport is there. But it's a growing community, and it's all centered around statistics and forecasting. It's a very interesting subcommittee of the World Economic Standing Committee. Of course, we work, because we're centered in Montreal. We work very closely together with ICAO. So we have an aviation data and analysis panel that we are part of. We have an observing role, but there's a lot of working groups that are part of that panel. The one mentioned below is the Aviation Competitiveness Index Working Group, which is a group that tries to model the aviation competitiveness. What is important there? So we, of course, try to advocate for the fact that airport charges should not have a negative impact on the aviation competitiveness. So also on the model side of with ICAO, we try to influence and work on to make sure that we represent airports' interests as much as we can. There's a multidisciplinary working group on long-term forecasts that we work together with. We are involved in the ACI-LAC, which is the Airport Transfer Action Group. We provide a lot of data from our team to make sure that Aviation Beyond Border report is going to be updated. There's an update coming in a couple of weeks. Well, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but within 2 months, the new Aviation Beyond Border Benefits Beyond Border report will be presented from ACI-LAC. So we are involved in that action group as well. And the TRB, which is the U.S. Transport Research Board, it's an aviation economics and forecasting committee. We are involved there as well to tap into the wider forecasting network that this committee provides. So next slide, please. So the data products per category, just wanted to deep dive a little bit more on what our main products are and how that could be beneficial to you. And then we can show you it live on the Intelligence Hub, what this webinar is about. So in the next slide, you will see that the statistic that we collect from airports has a very good sample size. So the annual traffic collection is coming from more than 2,700 airports and represents a world coverage of more than 95%. Now, this is coming from the surveys that we send out to airports, the ICAO/ACI survey. We collect data, we receive it back from airports, we validate it, and we store it into our traffic database that will enable us to make the reports for the World Airport Traffic Report, for example, or that we use for a monthly traffic data collection that has a smaller sample size. It's about 1,300 airports, and it's a world coverage of 81%, representing 81% of the worldwide traffic. And that's coming out 9 weeks after the reference month. But it's still a lot of work for us to collect the data, validate it. It's a lot of work, but the sample sizes and the high coverage and the high data quality is something that we are extremely proud of. And thanks to you, our members, that this is possible. For the economics data collection, we have a sample size of around 1,069 airports. Also, quite a lot of work to collect it because the survey is quite long and a little bit more complicated. It covers topics like economics, financial, debt ratios, infrastructure, but also data on personnel. And we're proud to say that we're very close to 80% of the world's coverage with that report as well. So annual traffic collection results in 2 products: the World Airport Traffic Report that comes out in September, and the World Airport Traffic Forecast. The source of the data, the historical data, gives enough power to our data scientists to make a World Airport Traffic Forecast. That is a report that comes out in February, but we're now working on a biannual update that's coming in 2 weeks. we'll be able to publish the latest forecast that goes up until 2052. And the economics data collection results in the end product there is the KPI reports that we publish into our ACI store. And the archived versions of that reports are available on the iHub. Next slide, please. Yeah. So this is just an example of our yearly World Airport Traffic Report and data bundle that can be purchased. The best way to interact with the world's annual traffic data is through our iHub that we will demo in a moment, because there you can extract directly the data yourself for your own self-service analytical purposes. But this is how the report looks like. And again, we're updating it as we speak, and will be available in a couple of weeks to cover the full analysis of what happened in 2023. And I know we're already in September 2024 almost, but as said, the data collecting the data for so many airports, having this high coverage, takes us about 7 months to collect the data. So it's a long process, but it gives us very good high accuracy and high coverage possibilities to analyze the market. The next slide, please. Yeah, and this is just a rendering of the yearly airport key performance indicators and economics report. Those two reports are based on the data collection on the economics side of the shop. And there we have two people working around the clock, but they're fully focused to collect the economic data and produce this report. In the next slide, you will see the main monthly traffic reports that are available in the library module of the iHub that we will demo in a moment. So these are more high frequency reports, lower coverage, around 1,300 airports that are covered there, but with higher frequency. So the monthly World Airport traffic reports are 9 weeks after the reference month. We still have to collect those 1,300 airports, analyze it, produce it into reports, and make it available. While the flash reports are having a little bit lower coverage, sometimes with some estimations in there, but they will allow you to have quicker insights of what's happening on the monthly basis, because the reference month and the delay there is about 6, 7, 8 weeks. So it's a bit quicker. Sometimes we're able to produce the figures after 6 or 7 weeks. Yeah, and then here you have a rendering of our world airport traffic forecast that we will have updated in 2 weeks, that we're now still currently working on. We're very proud of one of the most reliable forecasts in the industry in the market at the moment, with the forecast that came out in February having a 99.9995 accuracy based on total passengers. Not everything is so accurate, but for the total passengers, this is a very good result that we're proud of. This rendering, this visual will show you that in 2042 we'll have double the amount of passengers that are forecasted in the market. So this is a huge growth in worldwide passenger traffic that we can expect. Here, this is an animation. If you click on it, you'll see it. It's just the way we also want to interact with the data, make it more animated. For example, here you can see the forecasts on country level and the changes that you can see arising. India being the third market, China taking over the first position, and the US being the second in the near future. So we constantly update these tools as well, so as to enable you to see these animated figures and do more with the data than just the reports. They're the basis of what we do, but as said, we're focusing more and more on interactive animated content. Yeah, and maybe now a couple of words on our data infrastructure. To be effective with data and as a data team, be impactful with data, we need to invest in a good platform. Oh, and I forgot this slide. It's indeed a rendering of a couple of dashboards that we're building for the organization. So global airport safety dashboards in Power BI that you can see here. We are building an economics and traffic sort of forecast model, so that we can see if an airport does not have the ability to give us their economic data, maybe we can see if we can predict it with the model based on many years of historical data and based on economic models of other airports. But this is a model that we're currently testing. But just to give you a flavor of everything that we're trying to build here with Power BI in this case, which is a business intelligence tool that we use at ACI. But there's much more to come, much more to discover, and that's the transition that we're going through as a team at the moment. Yeah, and now one slide on the infrastructure. So here there's a lot to digest on this screen. There's a lot going on, but I can keep it really simple. We're investing in an ACI data hub, as we call it, which is a cloud-based platform where we not only collect the data and we validate it, but we also automate much of the processes that we're doing or we used to do manually. So here you see, for example, the transformation, ETL, which stands for extract, transform, and load. We're building so-called pipelines to automatically ingest and validate and store data in our database without any manual intervention. And this is a game changer because it will allow our analysts and the team to do more interesting stuff and build new data products for our members. You don't have to worry about the storage layer terminology, but just to let you know that we have a traffic database and a soon to come economics database as well that will enable us to build new products on top of it soon. And you'll see that the reporting and analytics layer, well, we use a lot of tools that tap into that data to build their interactive dashboards that you will see in the iHub, which is also part of the stack, a part of the ACI Data Hub, but it's the dissemination part of the shop. So here, this is our client-facing, member-facing interface where we show our products in a more and more interactive way. So we will show you that in a moment. So now I will give it back to Alexi. This was my introduction of the team, just to let you know that you can always reach out to us. We're here to help with ad hoc analysis, ad hoc questions, or any other assistance that you might have. And happy to help. Thank you.
Thanks, Diederik. So yeah, now we're gonna have the main topic, which is the ACI Intelligence Hub. The next slide, please. So now that Diederik explained how his team is working on the data, collecting the data, and putting it all out for you, you might be wondering, well, how do I get access to that data? So this is exactly the place. Okay, perfect. That's good. Thank you. So first of all, the data that you're going to see at the iHub, which, by the way, this is the web, at the lower part of it, it's where you see the HTTP page. You can go there directly right now if you want to see if you have access. In case you don't, if you remember, you can let us know. But the first important thing to say here is all of this data comes directly from the airport. The airports are facilitating this data. And with that, we can say that we have a coverage of 95%. So this is still transferable to the iHub. The iHub is like the customer face, as Diederik just explained to you. Here's where you can have the interactive dashboards or the static reports and publications that we produce for you. But certainly the iHub is a game changer because now it's more interactive. So it's easier to digest, it's easier to find the things you're looking for, to customize it, to the point that if you are into a data analytics position or role, then you can even extract the data sets and with the specific data that you need. Next one, please. So before we jump into the live demo, I'm just gonna explain to you how the iHub is distributed. There's three main modules. The first one, the executive. This is directly if you want to see dashboards, interactive dashboards. The library, if it's you're looking publications or reports. And the analyst module is for you if you're a data science and you need to extract data sets for your specific purpose. So next one, the executive module will allow you to, through the dashboards, to view metrics for passengers, cargo, aircraft movements at a global level, at regional level, country level. Even some of the dashboards could give you data as per airport level. Next one, the library. This is what we have already analyzed for you. We have put it in a static format. It could be a PDF, could be an Excel documentation that you can review, analyze. There's a lot of, here's where we have the KPIs. There's a lot of analysis that has been put already on it. So you can pretty much read a summary of what a certain data set is. And with here, we also will provide you with insights. So a little bit more of a digested data and information so you can briefly come to your own conclusions of the data you are looking for. And the next one, the analyst, it's certainly where you can customize for you the data sets. Here you can filter, you can aggregate, you can select exactly the data you need from a regional level, a global level, or specific as a per airport level. Also, it's important to mention here that here is the only module that have historical data sets that go from the 2000 to the 2018. Those years are not available in any other module, only through the analyst and only through a data set format. Okay, so if you allow me to share my screen. Thank you. So we're going to go into the iHub itself. I am sharing my screen right now. I hope you can see it. So right now we're at the iHub. So at the iHub level, you are going to have the opportunity. This is a dashboard. First of all, let's go into the home page. The home page is going to welcome you. It's going to give you information about yourself and your membership. Here you have my name, my email, my account details. I belong to the organization ACI World, and I have permission to go to any of the three modules. So you can even see it here, free member access, free member access, free member access. In case you don't have the access, then it's going to let you know that you don't. And coming soon, because we're working, as Diederik explained, we're working towards the future. We're not stopping here. You're going to see that there's another module, which is the benchmarking. It's in progress right now, and soon we'll let you know when this module also becomes available. So to our left, it's our main menu. We have the executive module, as we presented it before, and here you have three choices. You can go into the rankings dashboards. You can go into the traffic, annual traffic, or the monthly traffic dashboards. So let's jump into the first one, the dashboard for the rankings. So here you have different metrics, 7 metrics actually. If you look at the left of the screen, we have from 1 to 7 giving you passengers, domestic, international, the movements, the total cargo, the domestic, the international freight. And right now we're positioning, if you look at here at the top, there's global rankings, there's regional rankings, there's country rankings. And right now we're positioning the global airport rankings. So we're looking at the top 25 airport passenger rankings of 2023. You can see here that we have the last 5 years. Before 2019, you're gonna have to go into the analyst module to get that data. But here at the dashboard level, you can select any of these years and start looking at the top rankings for each year. In case you want to see something regional, then you're going to see that the screen changes a little. It's going to give you the regions here at the left bottom. And actually, when you select a region, you're going to see it highlighted here on this little map down here. Let's say you're interested in see your region, Latin America and Caribbean, then you click on it. The map is going to highlight that area, that region. You're going to have the list. You can select the rank. You can go even a little bit higher. Let's say you want to see the next 50. You can certainly have access to them. And but in the case you want to keep the view that we had before, there's 25. If you want to go into specific country rankings, you can do it as well. Let's say you want to go into the see the movements or the cargo. Let's put it on the cargo. Then you're going to have the rankings as well. The same region. You're going to change the region. It's going to highlight the region. It's going to give you a different list. And here you're going to see the IATA code, not only the airport name, but also the country it belongs to, the rank versus the last year, the global rank, the volume, the growth, and the recovery compared to the 2019 year. For the country, then you're going to see how these metrics apply to specific countries, and you can see here it's global. It's going to show you the rest of the world, the recovery, the same specific information you were looking for in the other dashboards. You're going to have it here. Now let's jump into, sorry, there's more in the executive module that we haven't seen. Let's go into the annual traffic dashboards. So these dashboards are going to be based on the annual information, the annual data sets that we get. In this case, we are placed at the 2023, and you can see the dashboard comparing this year against the other previous years in terms of the passengers. We're in the metric of passengers. We are in the global region. We have world. But if we select our region of interest, then the dashboard is going to change with that data. Also in the middle is going to give you a statistics information, and this is going to show you a number, the total number of passengers, the percentage of that is increasing versus the previous year, the last year that we're comparing against. Also the compound annual growth rate. And in case you have a doubt of what these definitions mean, you can go into the information button, click on it, and it's going to tell you exactly the definition, for example, for the compound annual growth rate, or the recovery that we see against the 2019, or the percentage of the world. All of these definitions are here clearly explained. I'm going to go back to our dashboard. So we were at the passenger Latin America for 2023. Let's say you want to see another year. It's going to give you data related to that specific year. It's still going to show you the data that we have for the last 5 years. That's a complete dashboard. But you can still have the complete information in a summary of what happened in 2020. Now let's move back to the monthly reports, which are pretty similar. The difference in the dashboard is you're going to be able to select the month within the year of interest. So you have the years here at the top, as we had previously before, but now you have another button that you can select, usually a drop-down menu. For 2024, we only have until April, which is our most recent year. But let's say we click in another year, then you have the complete months of that year. And you're going to see here the dashboard month by month. How is it compared to the previous situations, the numbers, the statistic, the year to date, all that data is going to be there for you. Here we are at the world. We can select any of our regions, and the dashboard immediately is going to populate you with the data of that region. Now let's go into our second module. Our second module is going to show us the library. The library is actually static data. This is coming in forms of a report, a PDF, or an Excel file that you can download. Usually at the top, we have the most recent uploaded reports, and that's the case for these 3 that are on the top. We just uploaded on August 16, few days ago, these 3 reports. But let's say you're looking for something different, you can scroll down. You can see the bar, the menu here, the bar to go down or up. We have sections like the freight flash. The flash reports are the most recent ones. They're not considered a complete set as compared to the monthly report, but still it's going to give you a good indication of how the industry is behaving at that time. So you have the flash reports. You also have the access to the world airport traffic reports or the water in the monthly formats. Those are PDFs. The flash reports are Excel reports. You have also the monthly international passenger and freight traffic reports. You have the passenger, the flash reports, which are Excel as well. And here, if you scroll to the right, you're going to have more months and from other years as well. Remember, this is going to take you as far as 2019. Once we select the publication we want, there's a button here that is going to take you for the download option. It's going to be downloaded, and it's going to be downloaded to your computer. Here we see it. Very well. So now we're going to go into the analyst module. Here, this module is going to allow you to choose the specific data set that you need to do your analysis, to do your research. So it comes into the options of monthly and annual. Let's say you choose the monthly. You can select here how many months back you want to work with. Let's assume you're going to have the last 2 months to be analyzed. Then you can click on the next, and it's going to give you granularity for you to choose a region, to choose a sub-region, to choose a country group if you need that information, or a specific country or a specific airport. Let's say you want to work on the LAC region. Then you're going to have a sub-region. Let's say you're interested in the Caribbean. And then clicking on the next, you're going to be able to choose the metrics. So here at metrics, you have aircraft movements, you have commercial passengers, and you have the cargo. Let's say you're interested in only the commercial passenger information or data, then you select this. And then when you go into the next, you're going to see that you're going to get, once you have the download done, you're going to see the region, the sub-region. This is just the preview, but you have already selected the region that you want. It's just showing you the format in the format in which you're going to see the data set that you have requested. So as an in action here, you're just going to download or save as a template so you can do it again once more. So with this, we pretty much covered what we have in the iHub. Sorry, I'm just trying to go back to home. Oh yeah, I have to leave here, sorry. And this is just a summary of what you can see. You have the modules here. The benchmarking, as we said, it's coming soon. We'll announce it worldwide when it's available. Also, if you have some questions about pricing of any of the modules, you click here, and depending on your membership, you're going to see your pricing. There's also a frequent asked questions section that you can look at. And because we're talking exactly what's coming, what's next, I'm going to pass it back to Diederik so you can tell us what else to expect from the data analytics team. Diederik, back to you.
Yeah, maybe to wrap up, and again, my apologies for the background noise half an hour ago. Yeah, the iHub is in constant development, so we keep on adding content. This is a major upgrade that we launched a couple of months back, but it's a platform that is under constant development from our team in close collaboration with the regional offices of ACI, like Latin America as well, and in our members that requests new features that we listen carefully to enhance the platform even further. Just want to emphasize again, and it's completely free for members. So if you're a member, please reach out. We'll help you onboard the platform. You can start using it right away. And yeah, this is the beginning of a journey as we feel it. We're a data team that is there to serve you. And thanks to you, yeah, we have this data available, so let's make use of it. And it's just the beginning. I'm here for any questions, and ready to take any feedback or ideas or questions from your side. So thank you very much for to have listened to us. Maybe a last idea about the future is that we see at ACI that the data is a strategic asset, and to tap into it and make impactful products in the future is a lot of work. You see the end product, but you can make sure that we as a team govern the data, protect the data in the best way possible. We make sure it's clean, it's validated, so you can start using it right away. Yeah, that's it. There's a lot to come. We're also working with closely with the regions on a data strategy to make sure that we build new products on top of the data that we have, that new data is collected. We're in constant communication with our members and the ACI regions to make that happen. So just to give you a flavor of what we're currently doing, what is currently available, but also know that we are here for you and that we're constantly evaluating into the next data maturity phase, as we call it. So thanks a lot for your attention, and ready to take any questions if there are any. Thank you.
Thank you, Diederik and Alexi. We are going back to these slides to check with you, or to share with you how you can send your questions to both Alexi and Diederik. Let us check if some questions have arrived. Okay, we have a couple of them who have just received it. The first one is, what is the subscription fee for non-members? In case people that are today in the webinar which is or are not an ACI member, what will be the subscription price for them?
Yeah, for non-members, we have a price sheet that we can share with you. So for the executive module, which is the interactive content, we have an annual fee of 780 and 75 for a monthly subscription. Again, I'm gonna name a lot of numbers, but I think it's better to maybe share it after the webinar.
Okay.
Just to let you know that the analyst module, where you self-serve and you extract the data yourself for analytical purposes, is the most popular module. And there we have a price of 3,780 USD on an annual basis, which is a lot lower than other stakeholders in the industry like IATA or ICAO that have their own platforms as well, but have much higher prices. So we really try to reduce prices, but also to entice, of course, non-members to become a member, because then this will be for free. Maybe that's a reason to step in. So we thought about this. We lowered the prices quite a bit. But again, let me share the price sheet with all of you after the webinar, without naming too many numbers now. But what is very popular as well is the annual bundle. So that's where you have all the content of the whole platform available for a full year. And that is 8,500 on an annual basis. Maybe that gives a little bit of a flavor of the prices that we charge. Again, restating the fact that it's completely free for ACI members. Yeah.
Thank you, Diederik. We are going to, as mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, we are going to share the slides, and also we will include this information about the prices for either ACI members and non-ACI members, in case you are interested in joining or accessing the tool. And speaking of which, we receive a question on how to create an account or how to access. Imagine that we are working on an ACI airport, how to create an account so we can access to the different modules, that especially the executive one, which is the free one, how we can access to that.
Yeah, very good question. What we can do is the same thing. Send the instructions on how to create an account and log into the iHub after the webinar. But it's quite straightforward. You go to the intelligencehub.io. We'll send the link as well. You create an account and you're up and running straight away. It's quite straightforward, but it's good to share the instructions with the audience. So we'll make sure it comes your way as well.
Perfect. Well, we will share that with the rest of the presentations. And also, and it's in line with the previous question, someone is asking me or us if is a person from, if this account has to be created by like person from the airport or different persons or different members of the staff of an airport member can access.
Yeah, that's an excellent question. So we thought about it. We don't want to create a situation that we have only one person per organization that can access the iHub. So we have an organization structure. So more people from one organization, from one airport, can create an account, and it will not create any conflicts. We don't want to create a situation that you can only access the platform with one person from an airport. That's not what we want. So we decided to change that around as well and make sure that there are many more people that can access from the same organization without any conflicts.
Sorry, I understand that the system will recognize the person from the airport based on the domain, or how does it work?
Yeah, it's our iHub is communicating with our backend CRM, our customer relation management system, where the domain name of the and the email address are recognized and is attached to the information of the account, like if it's a member or non-member, and that's the way it works. So if there is, for example, it's a very rare situation, but if there is an issue with logging in, please get in touch so we can add that particular account or information to the account so that it's working. Sometimes that happens. But that's very rare. But normally it should recognize the email address like very easily.
Thank you very much. Well, I can't find any other questions. In case you want to ask any question to both Alexi and Gigi, you can send it. You can share it with us, sending an email to the email address that you will find on the screen, and we will share with them. And as mentioned before, we will be sharing the slides as well as the recording of this webinar later today. I don't know, Gigi and Alexi, if you want to share any closing remarks before wrapping up.
Well, I would also like to mention that for those that are non-members or don't have a subscription, there's a free trial. They can join for the free trial, and we're certainly gonna able to help with sending them all the instructions so they can experience what the iHub is. So before signing up for any membership or any commitment. Jidri, if you have anything else to add?
That's a very good thing to mention. Indeed, if you do the free trial, you will have access to the full iHub, but only for the 2021 data, just to have a flavor of how everything works. And if this is a platform that works for you, you can create it into a real account, change it to a real subscription. So that works very well as well. Yeah, it's good to have that mentioned. Thank you, Alexi. My closing remarks is that I'm very honored to be invited here. So thank you very much to facilitate this, Francisco, and happy to work together with you and all the airports in the Caribbean and Latin American continent and region to provide you with good insights that can help you in your daily work. We're here for you. The data team at ACI World is a new team. we're constantly growing. And as I said, it's a beginning of a journey. And I thank you very much for the opportunity to be able to present here. Thank you. Gracias.
No, thank you very much, both Alexi and Diederik, for your time today. And as mentioned, in case you have any question for both of them, please let us know. We will share the contact details from both Alexi and Diederik when sending the slides as well as the recording, so you can contact them directly. And again, if you have any other questions that perhaps for the time that we couldn't do it today, we can share and forward these questions to them, so they can address those questions with you. So from our side, nothing else. Thank you very much again, Diederik and Alexi, for sharing this important tool, and all the participants. Thank you for joining us today. Have
Gracias.
a nice rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, gracias. Thank you. Good day.